you know, I hate this. It's warmer than it was, you know? And yet, because it's not as warm as I want it to be, I'm cold. It's 9 degrees outside. I just stuck my head outside and, you know, put out the compost and threw some stuff in the garbage. And it was, you know, just fine to go out there because, hey, it was warmer. But when I come back in, brr, that doesn't make any sense to me. I have to drink my coffee and I'll be okay. I'm having hair issues. I always have hair issues. Okay, today's Mother's Day. So tonight we're going to a restaurant with my parents and my kids. I actually thought about inviting my sister-in-law. I didn't mention it to my husband. I should have at least asked him what he thought of that. Because she's here in Canada now. She's Canadian. She was born here. But she moved to the Netherlands for many years and had one of her kids there and one here. Now she lives here. One of her kids lives in Montreal. One of them lives in the Netherlands. She has a boyfriend here in Ontario. So, unless she goes away this weekend, which she hasn't mentioned, didn't mention last week, Easter, which is when I saw her last, she is without kids. But I didn't think it was for me to ask my husband if he thought that would be a good idea to invite her to go out for dinner with us. Because she's never, ever, ever spent Mother's Day with us. But, you know? And now, the day of when we're going out, it wouldn't be cool to ask her. And she may have a full schedule because she has a boyfriend who has family. I hate this when I should have said something at some point and now it's too late to say something. Oh, well, we will all survive. Hello, Floyd. How are you doing? Ignoring me. Hello, Tiger. How are you doing? Also ignore me. It's not like they're ignoring me. They're both sleeping. And probably the other two are upstairs, I imagine. Julia might be at her window in the bathroom. That's about it. It's getting really green here. It's spring. Spring has sprung. got a lot of work done. I haven't, well, I started working before breakfast because I had an idea and then I saw something. So that's good. And I did the test for Monday morning last night. So I have 2 things for Monday for next week done already. Raw. I think that means that I can go. By noon hour, I'll be able to go to the school and do Monday's photocopying. I don't know. Just having Monday morning done. I'm not done yet. I'll get done. And then I'll do the afternoon class as well. And then I'll be able to go and photocopy. And that will be cool. All right, we'll do that. I've already determined that I did not win the lottery. So that was a bust. And there was a clock sitting in that cabinet. One that my dad had made out of materials from where he worked back when he was still working. He made clock using various materials that they made thermometers, manometers, things like that where he worked. And he used the materials and he made a clock. But this clock has never worked very well. So it was sitting in that cabinet right there, not running. Except every now and then, if I moved it, it would run a bit. So I thought, oh, is it the battery that's not working? Didn't think anything of it since it was sitting in the cupboard and nobody ever looked at the time in there. It was just decorative. Now we have that cabinet, that towel cabinet in the laundry room, and I thought, well, why don't I put that clock in there? Because I'm one of those people who likes to know the time wherever I am. So I thought that's a good place for a clock. Hey, I've got my dad's clock. I'll put that up there. And it looks really nice there. It looks the best that it's ever looked of any place it's been. I thought, oh, better get a battery. It's been years. Got a battery last night. Put it in late last night and set the time. Looked at it this morning. It was obviously not keeping time. So, and I took it apart and I set the time again, and I think it's just faulty clock mechanism. It's not my dad's fault. He built the housing, the shell, whatever. He did not build the clock mechanism. He just bought that. So I think the clock mechanism is bad. And I don't know what to do. Because I would really like to have an operating clock there in that housing. What should I do? Oh, we'll figure it out. Wonder if it's just the wrong battery. Most clocks have, clock batteries. They've got those little squarish ones. This is a C battery. But that's probably, that's what the mechanism calls for. I don't like having a clock that doesn't keep the right time. 8:59, 8:59, it's always 8:59. It's the right time wherever I look. I demand that. So the clock has to be either fast or on time. Otherwise, no, it's 9. 9. 9. Anyway, we got a new toilet yesterday, so that's sitting up. So that's sitting in my truck. I have a toilet in my truck. We haven't brought it in yet. We got home late last night, so didn't bother. What else did I get? I had the battery. We bought a battery and a toilet. I looked for lots of other things but didn't find anything I wanted. Oh well. At least my son's team won. He said, woo, when I texted him. And then later on he came on MSN and we chatted. He said, I'm so glad I didn't watch the game because it was, pretty darn awful. It's good they won, but they didn't win well. Hey, if they win the next games and make it into the next stage, it won't matter. See, I have 2 little mugs here. I have my Maple Leafs mug, which I put right up there by the clock, by the camera, and a little Red Wings mug for my son. Dust collectors, I know. Anyway, how much time have I got? Oh my goodness. I better get to work, actually. So I'll talk to you later, folks. Happy Mother's Day to all. Happy Mother's Day to you mothers. Talk to you later. And happy Saturday to all you non-mothers. That was inconsiderate. Bye. And it's not even Mother's Day yet. That's tomorrow. I haven't had all my coffee.